This is why I quit day trading and why I do not recommend day trading to anyone generally after 4 years in the markets, 2 years as an investor, 2 years as a day trader. Let me share with you my experiences with both and my experience networking in the industry and seeing what works for people, what doesn't work for people, observing, so on and so forth. So if you are a trader or if you're an investor, this video is for you as you're going to gain some insight into the industry, if you should day trade, if you should invest, what you should do. So welcome in fam, much love Trap here, let's get to it. And we're going to look at day trading from two main perspectives: evaluate the job itself, the time, the quality of life, the schedule, and the second one is we're going to evaluate the income potential and see if it's worth it for you. So the first thing is the job, and it's funny that I ever did it kind of full time, because when I was in my years investing, I would make fun of day traders, or at least think, what are they doing? You're wasting your life, that you're stressed out all the time, you're on the charts. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to touch grass and I'm going to invest, and I'm happy to invest. I'm never going to trade. But I got curious on the other side. I had made a bunch of money in the markets. I thought, I'm kind of pulled in this way. I kind of want to spend more time on the charts. Let's see what happens if I trade every day and make it my full income. What I can tell you is I think it's a terrible quality of life in terms of job. Okay, now to compare, I've had really interesting jobs. I've been a professional content creator, I've been a server, a host, I've been a camp counselor, I've been a professional organic farmer, I've been a tour guide, I've worked with school groups, I've been a shepherd, worked with sheep. What else have I done? A writer. I've had a lot of really interesting creative jobs and jobs with people. And day trading's super boring. It's antisocial. You're there by yourself most of the time. You're in front of a computer, and in theory, it only takes a couple hours. But oftentimes, you need to schedule around the market, whether that's scheduling around New York Open, or scheduling around London, or scheduling around the close. Generally, you do need to schedule, and your time's not free necessarily. And it's not really enriching. You're not working with your body. You are working with your mind, but there's not that much interacting with other people that happens or necessary, like zero in person and a little bit online. So I found, just compared to almost anything else you can do with your time, I don't like it. It's super boring, and it's unfulfilling, and also you don't have this feeling of providing value. My feeling of status as a day trader was not as high even as being an organic farmer or making a small income, or being a camp counselor or a tour, because I've status amongst people and they respect it, like, oh, you're a hiking guide, adventure guide, that's a cool thing to do, right? But oh, you just stare at the charts. I mean, and that's how I feel too. What value am I really providing? Do I really have a lot of pride in doing this? So over time, it just got boring. I mean, at first, the compulsion and the interest of wanting to do it all the time, and being very interested in it and putting on trades and checking the charts all the time. Over time, it just got soul sucking. Of I don't even want to look at the charts at all. I want to go touch grass. I want to go surfing. I want to do some other kind of job where I'm talking to people and I'm outside. So, from a time perspective, I don't like it. And the theory, though, is okay, you do this and you're going to make a lot of money, and you invest a little bit of time, but you're going to have a lot of time in the day. And in theory, that you can do that. You could just trade the open or just trade a couple hours. But I always find my own personal experience, maybe it's my personality, that it expands, and I end up checking the charts a lot. I end up checking the charts at night, whether I'm trading or not, and just spend actually a lot more time than I expected or thought it would be or wanted it to be for me. Now, there's people who can maybe manage and day trade an hour a day and get good results, but I don't know many people who are doing that. Most of them had the experience I've had of it really taking a lot more time and expanding time in ways, and also with the quality of life of being it becomes stress. It's sort of stressful, right? When you're doing, if you're doing tours, or you're farming, or you're shooting videos, there's nothing at all that's stressful about that. Really low stress. But just the act of looking at charts and trying to react and respond, and things go your way, things don't go your way, and the frustration around that, it's super stressful compared to other things you can do. So in terms of just thinking, how do I spend my life? For me, that's the main thing, is I don't want to spend my life in this way. And then the second thing is income potential. So some people do very well day trading. Most people don't. You know the statistics. 99% of people lose money. And it looked like I was going to be in that 1% until I to me, it looked like I was going to be in that 1% until I got scammed by the prop firms, and that expedited my exit. But I was kind of happy that happened, because it was like, all right, I kind of wanted to get out of this anyway. I wanted to start different businesses, spend my time in other ways, even work a job so I can just be in front of people. I'm sick of being around the computer. I'm not meeting enough people. So from an income potential, yes, you can make money, but most people don't. And even for me, even if prop firms had worked out, I did much better investing. And when I was investing, I had a full-time job and a business on the side, and I barely had time. But that is that's all you need. You don't need much time to make a lot of money in the markets. So from an income potential, yes, you can make a lot of money trading, but you can also make a lot of money investing, which is much less stressful and takes much less time. And investors typically do better than traders. A lot of people make money just buying and holding, but most traders lose money. So statistically, it's a hard way to make money, actually. So statistically, the experience most day traders have is it degrades their quality of life. They lose a bunch of money, and then they say, that wasn't very fun. I'm going to do something else with my life. So let me save you that experience if you're not there yet, and say, why don't you just do something else? If you're like, but I really want to trade, why don't you do a form of investing that takes the best elements of both, and then you can live another life and do something else and have your freedom back and free time back, right? In theory, trading's supposed to give you all this free time, but in reality, a lot of the time you become a slave to the schedule of the market, and you need to use an alarm, and you need to respond to alerts and so on. So statistically, not a good way to make money, actually. So what am I doing? Well, I'm doing two things. One, and we'll say, what am I going to do, and also what have I learned from this? Well, I learned a lot about the markets, which is super valuable, because I plan to continue to invest and to stay in the markets the rest of my life. It is a great way to make money, and it doesn't have to take a lot of time or have to be stressful. Me day trading, no, but I'm okay with using bots to day trade. So I'm lucky that in my 4 years in this industry, I've met a lot of people. I know who's real, who's not real. I've been able to meet one quant in particular, a quantitative analyst, who's a business partner, and he can handle all the coding and so on. And we have bots that day trade for us. So I don't do it. And this is what I advise. I cannot hook you up with what I'm doing at this stage. Maybe later on I can. And it's easier said than done to code bots or to find someone who can do it. But it's better. It's more worth it to have bots run your code, your day trades, than do it yourself. Now, the other thing that I learned, that there is something really valuable in day trading, and it's that day traders and day trading, you try to time the market and you run a stop loss to manage risk. That's something investors typically aren't doing. Investors are, this is a good investment, I'm just going to dollar cost average in, and I'm not going to have a stop loss. I believe in it. I'm going to work my job. I'm just going to, if it goes down, I'm going to buy more. Whereas with traders, so investors actually can lose tons of money, or at least be underwater for a very long time, underwater for many years. Where if you have the investor mindset of, I believe in these assets, this is a good asset, I've done my research, I'm comfortable with it, I'm going to trade it only on the long side, I'm going to buy dips and I'm going to hold and let time play out, but I'm going to use the investor or the trader mindset of, I'm going to try to time the market with a indicator, and I'm going to use a stop loss to manage my risk. That's combining the best of both, and that's something that you can do from an investor's schedule, not a day trader's schedule, where you look at the charts once a week, or you check in a couple days here and there, and most of the time there's nothing to do. Every once in a while there's an opportunity. That's when you act, and you go on vacation. You don't have to check. You can do whatever. So that's what I'm doing. Is I'm having bots do the day trading, and I'm running strategies, which you guys have seen. Right now it's paper because all my actual money is in my Forex bots, but because I'm waiting. It's going to be months before the next buy signal to buy the dip on these assets. But when that happens, I'm gonna, yeah, that's the plan. It's a lot easier to do. Basically, investing with a couple tools from traders. So even though I have quit day trading, I don't consider it, and even though I lost money day trading, I made money investing, I lost money day trading, I don't consider it a loss because I have a network, and I've met quants who can do things, and I have knowledge I can evaluate, and I learned from trading using a stop loss and using a market timing, which I didn't have as an investor. So going back into the world of investing over the next 5 years looks very good for me if I can be patient and stick with it. And also now, that was an adventure. That's something I wanted to do. It was fun for a while, but now I get the opportunity to start a hiking business, a guided hiking business, work outside, do farming and landscaping work, do more content, do education in the trading space, and do education in the men's on relationships and other things. I can just kind of, I have a lot of free time back. The trading took so much free time; it absorbed everything. Now I'm running 4 businesses right now, and working a side gig, so I'm doing 5 things. I have a lot of fun. I like the variety that offers. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments if you agree or disagree. And just keep checking back. I've got my indicator dropping soon. I've got my signal coming out, signal system coming out of when to buy the dip, and the exact system that I'm talking about, where you combine the best elements of trading and investing, where you can have a job, you can have a family, you can have other things going on and still do super well. You don't need to spend all that time, and I advise that you do not. Okay, so stay tuned and keep an eye out for that. Check the link in bio. Okay, appreciate you. Much love. Talk to you soon. Peace.